Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back here with another video, and today I decided to bring this video where I'm going to be building an entire portfolio website using React. However, I can't write a single line of code. So everything will be generated through responses and prompts through ChatGPT, and I'm going to be using ChatGPT to make all of this based on my own specifications, meaning that I'll try to make a website as reliable to what I want as possible without writing a single line of code. At the end, I'm actually going to be deploying this to a hostinger so that you guys can also check out the website and see how it looks if you guys are interested in that too. So with that in mind, let's get into the video. Okay everyone, so I have over here ChatGPT, and this is basically where all of the magic in this video will happen. I have a couple rules that I set up for myself, especially because I've tried making this video a couple times already, and I realized that some stuff has to be established in order for this to work. First of all, I'm going to be I can't write any piece of code. I'll just copy and paste. However, if I see something really dumb that I have to fix, like a quick fix, I'm not going to waste one of my messages with ChatGPT by asking it, especially because I'm going to be using GPT-4 for this. I'm aware that this is paid and I pay for this. However, the reason why I want to use this instead of this is because I feel like it will be a more reliable test, since GPT-4 is actually more capable, it has more reasoning, more consciousness, and it's just better overall. So I want to see the best website I can build with this, and I can set some standards, like I will say which libraries I want to be using, but also let them choose some other ones, and also focus on UI and making it look pretty. You know, it's a portfolio website. I imagine if you're a person who is a programmer and doesn't want to spend time building your portfolio website, but also doesn't want to have one that looks like it was made from using like Wix or something, you can use ChatGPT to do so. You'll just ask ChatGPT to do this stuff for you, and you'll just copy and paste, and the website will be done. So let's put this to a test and see how everything will turn out. So I have already a prompt that I want to put, and it is this one over here. I'm saying, hey, I will be building a really nice portfolio website tonight. I'm a software engineer with 3 years of experience. I want to build it according to my prompts, and just telling ChatGPT in general like what I'm going to be doing basically in this video. I'm also going to say my name. and I'm gonna lie, my name is Pedro Machado, as you guys might know. I'm gonna say my name is John Smith. Also, everything here is like fake, right? I don't have I have more than 3 years of experience. Like I'm gonna put some fake data just to make it look authentic, and to also explore a little bit more and put more stuff into the website. So I'm gonna press enter, and let's see what it says. So it says, hello John Smith, excited to create this project with you. I can do all of that for you. Okay, it's telling us to give more details. I imagine it wants us to give like libraries that we want to be using. So like I want to use React to do this, and how the CSS should look, a little bit of like how coloring should look, or like your art palettes and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna say something like this. Okay, so what I put here is, firstly, I want to build it in React, and I want it to follow all the React best practices. I also specified a little bit of the pages I wanted to have. I wanted to have a page on myself, a page on work/studying experience, and a page for contact information. Then I said that you can use whatever libraries you want, but I want to use normal CSS for styling, because I realized that ChatGPT has trouble using CSS libraries. At least this was my experience. I want the color palette to be whatever it wants, but one of them has to be navy blue. I don't know why, but I like that color for portfolios, and I've used it in the past. I want it to be responsive. I'm using Vite for this project, so give me the correct Vite commands to use. I want to use JavaScript for the website, and just a bunch of stuff like giving me npm install statements and all of that. Finally, I also gave it some fake info about myself, which you can read over here, but it's just saying stuff like where I studied, where I worked, stuff like that. Remember, this is all fake. It's not my real work experience. So I'm going to press enter, and let's see what ChatGPT will do for us. So it's saying a bunch of stuff, but I'll be back when it's done with the prompt. Okay, so this is basically what it told us to do. So I'm going to copy this command. I'm going to come over here to our project. So I'm going to paste the command over here and press enter. So we created this folder with a bunch of files, because this is how Vite works. Then I'm just going to copy this command and paste it over here. Oh, I don't know what I did. I'm gonna just copy, what does it say? Okay, I'll just copy whatever it says here. I'm just gonna copy this, press enter, and then I know for a fact we have to npm install. That's what it said before. So I'm gonna say npm install, and then npm run dev to run our actual Vite project. So we'll open up our Vite project over here, and you can see it is working, which is pretty good. ChatGPT actually gave us the correct commands. But let's see what it did for our actual code. So it says that we have to create a structure of our website, and specifically want to create a main.js file and a main.css file, all of them in the source folder. I actually don't want that to be the case. I want there to be first of all, I want it to be a structure where we have a folder called pages and one called styles. And I want it to give us that structure specifically with the code related to that. And I also want this to be using React Router DOM. So I want it to give me the code in the app.js that will make routes work in our project. So I'm going to write it to ChatGPT the following. So what I told ChatGPT is that I want to get the folder structure. I want them to give me the folder structure. And I want there to be a folder called pages and one called styles. And I also said that I want to be using React Router DOM and to put that code for that in our app.jsx file. So as you can see, it's giving us the install statement. This is a thing that I forgot to mention, but ChatGPT is outdated, right? This is a downfall from this, which you can take it as like something a reason to not use it for situations like this, or just a negative aspect of it, which is what I'm doing in this video. Like, it is outdated because it only has data fed up from until 2021. So an example is that React Router DOM is already on version 6, and on version 6 there's a lot of changes. Like, this is not how you define routes in React Router DOM. I know personally, but this is how they're telling us to do, so it doesn't really matter. That's why I asked it to give me the versions of the install statements, because now I'll just follow whatever version ChatGPT thinks it's right. And I also forgot to change my directory to my portfolio before installing. So I'll do that right now. And it's also telling us to put all of this in our app.jsx, which is what I'm doing. I'm going to copy this, paste it all over here. And also, one thing that is important is we have to create our folders. So I'm going to create them right now and come back in a second. Okay, as you can see, I created like a file for each of them, and I forgot to change this to CSS, but I'll explain while I'm doing this. I created an experience file, a contact file, and a main file for both styles and pages, because we need 3 pages in our website, and ChatGPT can't manually do this for us. We have to manually do this, but it is fine. I count that as also similar to like copy and pasting code. You still have to do a little bit of work. But yeah, this is how our project is looking right now. We can check to see over here. It's completely empty, especially because we don't have anything actually done in any of those pages. The only one that might have something done is our about.jsx, which are actually our main.jsx, which we're going to copy right now and paste it over here. So I'll just copy and paste it, and we'll copy the main.css as well. And I think I have to fix the import statements, because before they were all in the same directory, but now we'll do this, styles/main. This should work. Let's check out to see what ChatGPT made. It seems like it didn't make anything, which is weird. Let's check out again. Oh, it seems that because we haven't actually created at least a component inside of the contact and experience files, it's giving us an error. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna create them over here. I'm gonna follow similar actually, oh yeah, they're using just normal arrow functions as well. So I'll just copy this and paste it here, and then just change it to contact and delete everything that is inside, because we don't want that. We just have to export something for this for the files to work. And I'll do the exact same thing on experience and just change this to experience. So now we should see this working. We'll come over here, refresh the page, and yeah, this is how it looks. It looks really ugly, but I'm trusting ChatGPT that it will look good. Even if it looks ugly, we're still gonna deploy this. We're still gonna see how it looks. We're gonna try to make it look better. But I'll probably say something like, the main page looks kinda ugly. Is there any CSS files, any CSS I should add to my, because the problem is it's darkened behind because Vite has some predetermined CSS in our app.css and index.css files. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to override those. So I'll say to my app.css or index.css files generated from Vite. So let's see what they're gonna give us. Okay, so it gave us a CSS file for our updating apps. Okay, yeah. Told us to put this in our app.css and then to update our index or app.jsx, or actually our main.jsx. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna put this on our app.css, just like this, and then we can already see some changes, hopefully. Or maybe should have put that on this one. Yeah, kind of looks good. Kind of starting to look a little bit better. Then we're going to change our main to see how they think it should be now. I'm gonna put this on our main.jsx. Let's see how it looks. Oh, it looks pretty good. Like, it doesn't look the most amazing thing ever, but honestly, that's better than I was expecting. I'm gonna tell it to make the website flow. Actually, no, I'll say make the styling fill the website. Right now, there are a lot of empty space, but make it look good and modern. I don't like how it looks now. This is my last attempt at making it look better. Okay, so it gave us more CSS files to put, which I will. Okay, this is for both of them again, I think. So let's again open our CSS files, our app.css. Apparently I have to put it here, and I put it here as well. Let's see how it looks now. Okay, at least it's centered, which is better. I'm gonna say that I want a navbar. Can you make a beautiful navbar too? Make the background color of it navy blue and the text white. Okay, so it made the navbar apparently. It's telling us to create a file called navbar.jsx in our directory. So I'll put it over here, navbar.jsx. Let's copy this stuff over here, paste it here, and then some CSS. So I do have to put this in the styles. So I'll create a navbar.css file, paste it all here. See, it's pretty quick actually to do all of that. I know it's kind of annoying to like have to specify what we want from like UI wise, but to be honest, I don't know where, like, we made a lot of progress so far, and the video has like it's not been that long since we started the video. It's saying that we need maybe I called it wrong. Wait, let me see. Navbar.jsx. Oh, I have to. This is the correct code. See, sometimes they make mistakes. Wow, it kind of looks cool. I kind of like this color in the fonts. Like, they're not perfect, but it is what it is, and it does work. Like, we can keep switching between the stuff, right? And it seems to be working. Like, we're moving routes. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Now let's ask for it to make our next pages. Can you make the next page? Okay, let's see what it says. Okay, so it gave us a couple things. Okay, I'm gonna copy this and paste it in our experience component. Let me close all of this because I keep opening files. But let's go to our experience.jsx. And I'm just gonna paste this. So if we go here, it doesn't seem to be generating the experience file. So that's kind of weird. Let's check out why this is happening. It doesn't seem to be actually switching routes when I click. So I'm gonna come over here and say, it seems like it is not switching to the like switching routes when I click on the links of the navbar. I'm gonna say like it works. Like I go, it goes to another URL, but the component being displayed looks the same. Let's see what it says. Okay, so I actually did fix the mistake, but I didn't use ChatGPT because it didn't seem to be giving me like answers that were actually helping at all. I don't know what the mistake was. I'm not that familiar anymore with version 5 of React Router DOM because it's been a while since I've been using it. So I made the decision to just upgrade it to version 6. I know ChatGPT didn't give me the code for this because it doesn't have access to the new updates of React Router DOM, but the changes were minimal, so I don't think it will matter at all in the like end result, you know? So I did that to fix, and this is how our experience page kind of looks like so far. We can also add some more CSS to our experience.css file. So I'll do that. I'll copy this and I'll come to our experience.css and just add it here. And also it says something like, in this experience page, we have 3 sections. Please replace the ellipses. I didn't even notice. Oh yeah, it didn't finish writing the text. It just put this stuff. But let me see what else it says. You also might want to update your app.css or index.css to adjust the container since we now have a navbar. Okay, I'm going to come to our app.css. Where does it say container? Okay, there's a padding. So I'll just copy this, put it over here, and I'll do the same with our index.css on the container. Okay, let's see how it looks. It looks fine. It looks the same, to be honest. I'm going to tell ChatGPT to invent, can you replace the ellipses with text that would make sense to be put there? You can make things up. Just to like get some fake data from them. So let's see what they give us. Okay, so they added some stuff. I'm just gonna again copy this and paste it in our experience.jsx just over here. And let's see what it says. Okay, it adds some information for us. It would be kind of cool to have like a timeline kind of thing. I know that there's a library that can do this. I've used it in the past. So I'm gonna ask it to make it. Can you add a timeline graphic to it? I'll phrase this better. Okay, I said, can you add a timeline graphic to it? Like I want the experience and studies to be displayed in chronological order, maybe using one of those cool looking vertical timeline libraries in React. I know that there are a couple, I've used them, so that's why I'm asking for it. Damn, there's literally a library called React Vertical Timeline Component. Is this the one that I used before? I'm not sure. So I'll just install it anyways. Let's install it and let's change. Okay, it's making it look kind of cool. So I'm gonna wait for it to be done and show you guys what ChatGPT gave to us. Okay, so this is done. Let's just paste it in our experience part. And damn, this looks kind of weird. It doesn't fit, but it's kind of cool. I'm gonna say this is not fitting in my website. It is currently overlapping with the navbar, and there are no icons on the timeline elements. So I'll just put this and see what they do. So now it's telling us to install React icons, which will give us some icons, I guess. And then it's telling us to replace our experience page. So I'm gonna put that over here in our experience page. Hopefully now it will work. And now we have icons, which is great, but it still doesn't work because it's overlapping this thing. So let me look at what it said for overlapping. Okay, so I have an idea of how to fix this, like the padding issue. So I'm gonna add a padding top like this, and I'll put like 350 because actually that's perfect. Look, perfect. And it's only for this one, for the experience. It will push everything down and you can see all the experiences being displayed perfectly in our screen. Now, let's ask for the contact page. Just to finalize all of this, can you give me the contact page code? And I think it kind of looks cool, bro. Like, it didn't take that long to make this. It took barely anything. I know it doesn't look perfect, but it's not the worst portfolio website I've seen. I've seen people take a month to build a portfolio website that is actually worse than this. Not throwing shade at anyone. Actually, I think building a really bad portfolio website as a project to learn is really nice. I've said this a bunch of times in the past. It's what I did. So I'm kind of joking to myself as well, because I went through this. I built a horrible website. But the thing is, like, this is more for people who already know how to code, or for people who don't have interest in coding and it isn't using this opportunity to actually learn. They just want to get something done really quick. And I think, honestly, ChatGPT has done a pretty good job. Like, it's not the worst website ever, and it was done quick, definitely. And like, I did have to make some changes, but that's, like, it was barely anything, you know. I do think you can generate a pretty nice website if you put a little bit more effort than I did as well. So I'll just copy that code and put it on the contact over here. And then same thing for the CSS. Actually, it's not done. So now it's done. I'll just copy this and paste it in our contact.css. And let's see what they did with a contact. That's actually kind of cool. Let's see. It's actually a pretty nice contact. I hate the button. I'll just ask it. Give me a different styling for the button. Make it look cool and have a hover effect. Just to finalize this, I want to make it a little bit cooler. But it looks kind of nice, right? Like, I can write some stuff. Does it actually send anything? I don't think it does, right? Yeah, it doesn't. But it's fine, honestly. I don't really care. I think they can definitely do it for you if you were to add a backend or deal with an API to do this for you. I think ChatGPT 100% can resolve that, but for simplicity reasons, I don't want to do that for this video. I'm going to copy this over here, and I'm just going to change the submit part. So these two parts over here. Let's see what it does now. So it literally looks the same. Just to make it look a little bit better, I'm going to add a border radius. Just because that's exactly what I wanted to be added, because I can't deal with, and I'll make the height a little bit better as well. Make it 60 pixels. I can't deal with ugly buttons. This looks a little bit better. I'll also change the font size. See, I'm already breaking my rule of not interfering, but to be honest, now it's the end of the video. I think I've proved that ChatGPT can be used for this specific use case. And this is the website. It looks pretty nice. It was built with React, completely done with ChatGPT. In real lifetime, since I'm waiting for the responses, it took around 40 minutes. And to be honest, it's a really good website. Not even joking. I kind of liked it. So now we're going to go to the part of the video where I'm going to deploy this to Hostinger. Okay, everyone. So now let's deploy our application into Hostinger. It's another day. It's just that I was kind of tired, so now I'm going to do this today. And it's actually pretty quick. I've shown how to deploy stuff to Hostinger in the past. It's a really quick process, and soon it will all be live. So we're going to be using Hostinger, like I said. And the reason why I like using Hostinger is because, first of all, I've deployed in the past, I think 3 or 4 projects already with Hostinger, and I've never had a single problem with it. They have a lot of people using their platform. I've always said this. And that means that they worked to create a support system such that they have 24-hour support. So like, if you have any issues whatsoever with your website being live, you can just reach out to them. And I can guarantee that, at least from my experience, they've been pretty good with stuff like this. And if you're hosting a website and you want it to be live, then being able to deal with any kinds of blockages or anything that can happen that can bring your website down is really important. And I think Hostinger really excels on this. Now, it's also really cheap to host your website on Hostinger. I've always emphasized this. Technically, you can get, so they have a bunch of different web hosting plans. For example, the premium web hosting, which is the one I'm going to be using, it has a lot of deals, as you can see. And also I have a discount code, since this video is sponsored by Hostinger. I've always had a discount code that you guys will be able to see and get even more discount on top of this. They have a lot of stuff. For example, You have unlimited bandwidth. You get a free domain, which is really cool, which means that like basically you don't have to pay for the domain. You can just get that domain if it's available and set it up for a website. We're going to be doing this as well in this video. And a lot of stuff. You get a free SSL certificate, a bunch of stuff, storage. As you can see, they have a lot of different things. You get a free email, which is really cool. With the domain that you get, you can use that to create an email for your business, right? Or for whatever you want to with that domain. And you can also obviously get your money back if you want to in 30 days, which I don't think you would. They have really good connection, especially because I did see a picture, this one over here, where they have like a lot of data centers, right? So they have it all around the world. If you're someone in South America, they have a really good one in Brazil. If you're someone in the North America, they have 2 of them in the US. I'm over here, so it's pretty good connection for me. And in Europe and Asia, they have really good connections as well. So I would say it's a pretty good website. I'll just show you guys how to kind of deal with getting the premium web hosting. I've already done this, so I'm not going to actually show me buying the thing because I've already done it. But basically, you would click on something like this, and you have a lot of options over here. I'll select the 48-month one because what this will do is if you want to pay for 2 years in advance, right, it will come down to be only $3 a month, which is insane. It's USD, but like it's insane because for $3 a month, you get so much. You get hosting, you get domains, you get everything that you might want to. And of course, it is cheaper because it's for longer periods of time, and you end up saving $432 in the long run compared to some of the other options. I would click this one over here and click continue. Then I would choose my country, right, the state. I'm just putting whatever here. I'll just make something up. This is not my actual zip code, but I will log in right now. So I just logged in, as you can see. I logged in with my Google account. I'm gonna click continue. And then you have a bunch of stuff over here. You can pay with credit cards, PayPal, Google Pay, Alipay, which is really nice, and CoinGate as well, which is pretty interesting if you're using cryptocurrencies. I'm gonna choose just normal credit card, and you see the price. You actually get a really nice discount, right? It only turns out to be $143 for 48 months, 2 years of premium web hosting. And if you were to come over here and put PedroTech, look at this, you would get an even bigger discount, right? It was 140 something, now it's 129. That's pretty good. Wait, let me see how much it was before. Yeah, 143. So yeah, like it's a pretty good deal. I'm not gonna put my credit card information, but I would recommend you doing so. And just click on this, and you will actually have your hosting your account. Now I'm gonna cut to the dashboard where I have already got my plan and show you guys how to deploy this real quick. Okay, so as you can see, we have over here the dashboard. To go to the dashboard, you go to hpanel.hostinger.com. And here's where you can do all of the setup and everything necessary. Now, I've never seen a setup process as easy as Hostinger, and I've seen you guys talking about this in previous videos where I used Hostinger. It's actually really simple, and we can do this really quick, especially if we're dealing with a React project. So you can see I already have a lot of different stuff that I've already used in Hostinger. So like I said, I have experience using this platform, but the one we're gonna do is this one over here. First, I'm gonna claim my free domain because I want to do that first in order to set that up with the website that we're creating. So this over here is just a personal portfolio for John Smith. What domain do I want? Okay, I actually chose one that honestly I don't even know why I chose this one. It's called PedroTechWorld.com. The reason why I chose this is that I was very in doubt with what to choose, and since I get a free domain, like this is an example project, right? I'm not gonna do anything with this personal portfolio. I'm just showing to you guys how to deploy this. So I wanted to find something cool, even though it's not fully related with the website, because the website is a personal portfolio for John Smith. I wanted to get something that might be cool, and I chose PedroTechWorld.com because it was one of the only ones available. I might use that for the future. I'm not sure yet, but that would be cool. Yeah, so you can see I chose that, and it was available, and it literally costs $0 a year. It was supposed to cost $14 a year, but because of the premium web hosting, it comes out to only $0, which is obviously way better. So I'm going to click on claim domain, and now okay, I don't know why it seems to have worked PedroTechWorld.com. Yeah, but it says pending setup. And the reason why it's pending setup is because we actually haven't set up our hosting yet. So we have this option over here of a business web hosting. So if you recall, when we were going over the plans, we had the premium web hosting, we had the cloud startup, and also the business web hosting. I talked a lot about the premium web hosting, but the business web hosting is also really important because it is optimized for small and medium businesses. Like I said, in this case could be really cool because it allows for bigger flexibility when working with your data, and it has basically all of the same stuff as before and even more. And the difference in price is $1 per month, which, to be honest, is 100% worth it. So you have a lot of stuff, as you can see: higher performance, more CPUs, better security. No, actually, it's the same as security. Yeah, it's secure all around, right? And you have a lot that you can do with the business web hosting. The process for getting this is similar to the premium web hosting. I actually got the business web hosting one, but just showing you guys how to get the premium one, I realized that it is the same thing. You just follow the same steps, and this is how we set up. I'm gonna click on setup just over here, and it will give us this page. I'm gonna click start now. It's gonna ask us to either create a new website or migrate an website. So the thing is, you can either put a website that was currently being hosted somewhere else and to Hostinger, or you can actually use one of the Hostinger's built-in website creating tools, such as the WordPress and other content management systems that they might have. I don't want to do any of that. I want to skip and create an empty website. I'm going to choose the domain. I'm going to choose PedroTechWorld.com. I'm going to click select. So I'm using the domain that they gave us for free. Then it's asking us for our existing profile. You need to put like information about you, like your email, your phone number, and your locations, stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's optional, but I'm pretty sure you have to put, because if someone want to contact you to buy the domain, they have to know how to contact you. So I already put all of that into my account. So I'm going to click on next step, and then we're going to open this up. It's just registering the domain. Now we have to choose our server location. This is really important because you have to choose one that is similar to where most of your users are going to be in, probably similar to where you are. For me, obviously, it would be in Arizona. I'm in the west coast of Canada, so that would be the best option. And my domain, like we said, it is PedroTechWorld.com. I'm going to click on Finish Setup, and our actual setup for our business hosting has been done. So now all we have to do is actually wait for it to initialize everything and finish it, and then deploy the files from our code into our... Okay, so it seems to have finished all the setup. Now we can either look at our website or go to the control panel. I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna go to the website just to show you guys that the domain, as of right now, it's a preview, but it is, everything seems to be working. As you can see, it just has nothing there, right? Because we haven't put anything there. So I'm gonna click on go to the panel, and this is our panel over here. So what we want to do is we want to be able to get the files from our account and put it inside of our Hostinger file manager. So I'm going to open this up. This file manager is where which files are being served to display in our website. So I'm going to click on this, and you can see we have a public.html file over here, folder over here. I'm going to click on that, and we have this default.php file that was created. I want you to delete this file. So I'm going to click on this delete, and now we're going to open up our code. So what we want to do in our code is we want to create a build version of our project. So I'm going to come over here to our package.json, and you see that there are a bunch of different commands, right? Scripts. And the build command invite allows you to create a build version of your website, similar to how in a normal create React app would also be the same thing. So I'm going to run npm run build, and you can see that a build folder or a dist folder, as you can see, should appear inside of our project. So I'm gonna open this folder in Finder. I'm gonna reveal it in Finder, and I wanna open up dist and copy all of the files inside of here into our actual thing over here, our folder. So I'm gonna open this up and just drag and drop. And this, as you can see, everything has seemed to be deployed. Now, it was basically just that. That's all you have to do, which I find amazing, because now if I were to come over here and refresh this is just a preview, but our website is here. See, it's completely here, which is really cool. This is a preview, obviously, but we can check our website for real if we just go to PedroTechWorld.com, and it is fully deployed. See how quick it was? Like our whole website being displayed over here. We do have an SSL certificate. The connection is secure. Everything seems to be working perfectly. And yeah, that's how you deploy to Hostinger. Now, I want to give you guys, before we end the video, just a quick thoughts on ChatGPT and the whole video as a whole. I think it can be used for sure to build your stuff. Do I recommend it? Well, if you're a developer and you just want to get stuff done, I think a mix of both, a mix of you like being able to use your own common knowledge and fixing some stuff and asking questions and asking for code for ChatGPT might be a good thing. If you're a person who doesn't know how to code, is not interested in coding, and wants to build a website using code for some reason, you can use ChatGPT. I would recommend staying away from libraries such as React and stuff like that, because those update really quickly. Like they're not fully updated accordingly to what ChatGPT knows, right? But if you were to use something very simple, like just normal JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, I think it would pretty much work all along. So I think it was a good experiment. I liked making this video. I really like ChatGPT as a whole. So if you guys want, I'm gonna leave the prompts in the description. But yeah, that's basically it. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I see you guys next time.